Tim, how can we take that one step further? I mean, if we want to make ourselves into an organic produce capital of Asia, at least, how do you think we should take it one step further?
The issue isn't about growing the organic product, it's delivering it. And we've talked about the challenges with transportation. One thing we haven't discussed is packaging and cold storage and controlled atmosphere. These are fairly common denominators now in perishables. And unfortunately, they're not used enough here in the Philippines. That is something that industry can work with the Department of Agriculture and Trade to lessen the burden. You can have toll treatment packing plants. Davao is a classic place for it, where it's put together, maybe it's owned by a consortium, but the pricing per ton or per kilo is kept at a level which is amenable to the small producer. So he can bring in his organic vegetables, he can store them in cold storage, they have a longer shelf life, and then when they get to a wonderful market like Singapore, they can be price competitive because they're not going to go off in 3 days' time. Don't forget there's an awful lot of spoilage with fresh fruit. Yes. And so the retailers have a higher price because they're looking at spoilage maybe up to 25%. And if you can reduce that spoilage through proper packaging, and high pressure processing we were talking before is getting to be a fairly standard capacity now for destroying bacteria. It's pasteurization without heat. It uses pascalization or pressure, 80,000 bar. You can take coconut water and you can treat it with HPP, and the shelf life comes from less than 2 weeks to 4 months. Suddenly the Philippines can deliver on a 35 trans-ocean shipping schedule, 35 days to Hamburg, to LA, and you can put it in the retail stores there and they still have in excess of 2 months on the shelf. That's a game changer. That's one of the most key things that this government could do to assist the industry per se, especially the organic fruit and vegetable, is to look at those packaging opportunities. The Thai government, probably about 15 years ago, decided that packaging was the way that they could take their products to the world, and they decided that coconuts was going to be it. They got semi-dwarf trees, they grew them, they had canals so that the coconuts are put in there and they're pushed down with a little bunka. Very efficient, and their packaging worked. If you look at any supermarket shelf in the world, go to Moscow, go to London, go to Toronto, you will find Thai products there, because the government made packaging more affordable and accessible to the smaller producer. And packaging is one of the most expensive costs of any production here in the Philippines. We don't have a lot of trees to make paper, it's all imported. The tin for the cans are all imported. But if you look at HPP, high pressure processing, you just vacuum seal a bag, you treat it, and you put it in a box. It doesn't have to be frozen, just refrigerated. And it really is a game changer, and that's something that we could certainly look at.